What is up, Raffalitos? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who wanted to know whatever happened to construction Cemetery Road, this is it. We are on Cemetery Road. Okay, so guys, this is Cemetery Road in Georgetown. The last time we were here, they were doing the finishing touches to this bridge at the corner of the intersection. And that's Cemetery Road intersection. So the last time we were here, they were putting on the finishing touches to that bridge. This is Cemetery Road looking north. It's about 9:30 in the morning. Sorry, 8:30 in the morning. So 8:30, maybe 9 in the morning. They've completed the construction of Cemetery Road all the way to Mandela Avenue. If you want to see Mandela Avenue, I showed it in the last video. But why I'm back here is so that I can show you what has happened since then. So this intersection is Sussex Street and Cemetery Road. And there seems to have been an attempt to widen and repave Sussex Street all the way to Mandela Avenue. However, that construction project seems to have stalled because since they built this bridge, right, since they constructed this bridge and they started working on the retaining walls, I think the last time I showed you this neighborhood, they're working on retaining walls here, and they've actually managed to build some retaining walls, but the road itself has stalled. So this is supposed to be a road, Sussex Street, right? That's Sussex Street, and Sussex Street construction has stalled, but they have completed at least a section of the retaining wall. So you see, these are the retaining walls. They've built those retaining walls all along Sussex Street. On one side, they didn't put in retaining walls on the other side, and they didn't continue on the other side of Cemetery Road. So this side takes you all the way to, right, takes you all the way to Mandela Avenue. And you can see there's still some excavator work. There's a canal here, but there hasn't seemed to be much progress since then. In the meantime, Cemetery Road is as busy as ever. Both sides of the road are open. Remember the times we used to walk on this Cemetery Road. For a long time, there was no pavement. Now both sides of the road have been paved. They've put in the road markings. You can notice the bright yellow line along the median. Now that is what I expected to see on the curb, along the curb, instead of the black and white zebra stripes that they've put on the curb in the median, that is in Ogle. What we expected to see is this bright yellow line, and that is the inconsistency. There's no building code that gets applied throughout the country. It gives the appearance of unplanned, haphazard infrastructure. In the meantime, they've actually started to rebuild these roads through the cemetery. So this is the Reconstruction Cemetery. As you can see, they started to rebuild that road. That road goes all the way. It goes all the way. It actually connects with Broad Street, I think. At least very close to Broad Street. And on this side, also continues north, rather east. Right, so they're rebuilding these roads through the cemetery, which is a very good thing because now it makes it accessible. Those of us who have relatives in the cemetery can now go and tend to their burial sites and so on. So that's good, and they're doing it, I think, on both of these through both of these roads through the cemetery. I remember when I was a kid, maybe a teenager, you could actually walk through the cemetery on a Sunday. That is Larry Penteri Cemetery. It was like a park. You could walk on these roads that have now been overgrown. And you could see most of the graves were visible and manicured. Now, of course, they aren't, but hopefully there's coming a time when they will be again. So they're putting a new road through the cemetery that's going through. I think this is the one that goes through to Sussex Street. Right, but that's what's happening here. On the other side, they haven't yet started working on that road. But this is what's happening here in Georgetown on Cemetery Road. As you can see, the traffic into Georgetown is always backed up on Cemetery Road because it represents through a major artery into the city. So besides Mandela Avenue and Water Street, the Public Road, the East Bank Public Road. So besides Mandela Avenue and the East Bank Public Road, these are the three. This is the only other road that gives you access through to traffic, to heavy traffic into the city. But that's it, guys. That's what's happening here in Cemetery Road in Georgetown. Some fresh graves here. Apparently still being constructed in cemetery. And on the other side, this is the third one. So this is the third road that they're cutting through the cemetery. Like I said, when I was a kid, these roads were fully functional. Right? This side of the cemetery didn't exist. So this is kind of new. But on a Sunday or on a weekend, you could walk through the cemetery like walking through the park. And they now let all those roads become overgrown. Hopefully that gets fixed when they create these new roads through the cemetery. This guy's driving up the wrong way. Lawlessness, bare lawlessness in Guyana. But that is what you have to contend with in a lawless society. This is Cemetery Road on the 30th of June 2025 in Georgetown, Guyana. And it gives you an idea of what traffic congestion can look like on a weekday in Guyana. This is what traffic looks like here at Cemetery Road in Guyana, in Georgetown, Guyana. So that's it, guys. That's what's happening here on Cemetery Road. Just a brief update, right? This is traffic coming into Georgetown along Cemetery Road. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana. That's Princess Street. Princess Street North. Princess Street East. And this is Princess Street West. Princess Street West. That's it, guys. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana. Later!